inviting me here.
It's lovely to have you on. Ahmad, just tell us what happened in that attack.
16 December is an unforgettable moment of my life because I lost 132 friends of mine, including my dear brother Ahmad Nawaz, and he was 1 year younger than me. I have no words to describe the experience through which I went, but I will share some of that with you also. The morning of 16 December was not a normal morning. We went to school, and but the hardest words still echoes in my mind when he was repeatedly telling me that he did not want to go to school. But I insisted and forced him to go as being an elder brother. Then I was with my schoolmates.
Sorry to interrupt you there then. Do you think Harris had an instinct that something bad was going to happen, or was he just being a cheeky child who didn't want to go to school that day?
No, he was just serious. I think he had something in his mind that something is going to happen today. So I insisted, and I insisted him to go to school. So we were sitting in the hall with my schoolmates. So those happy moments of laughing, joking and playing together did not last for long. Many of the gunmen with bombs and guns in their hands entered our school and started firing one after another with no mercy.
When can you remember being aware that something awful was happening?
Yeah, this time was the astonishing moment of my life because I always thought that school is always a safe place, not a place where children will be brutally massacred. That's why I was so surprised to see that everything, and I was still not believing the barbarity of those terrorists. Then after that, soon I realized I too was hit by a bullet. I was laying on the ground bleeding heavily. Every next moment was worse than the past. Then I saw one of my teachers burnt alive. I was crying when I saw her. I couldn't help her because I was injured and my wound did not let me to help her.
Sorry to stop you there, but she was burnt alive, do you say?
Yeah.
Burnt alive?
Yeah, she was burnt alive in front of my eyes. She was just injured a little bit, but then she was burnt alive. And then afterwards, when I get up from that place, I was injured badly. I saw the dead bodies of my those friends with whom I was laughing and joking a few moments ago. That was the horrible moment of my life. Then afterwards, I was taken to the hospital. This gave me hope that I may survive. Then, in that tragic situation, I had fully forgotten about my brother Ahmad Nawaz. The next morning after my surgeries, when I saw my parents, I asked them, "Where is Haris?" And they told me that, while convincing me that he's in another hospital. Then, however, after 15 days, I found out from my friend that he was killed. I was shattered that day. I lost my dear younger brother. And I was feeling even worse and guilty thinking of that morning when he insisted that he did not want to go to school. But I pushed him to go. Then afterwards I was brought to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham for treatment. I'm thankful to all of them for their cares, and this incident, after the incident, the support and prayers of people strengthened me a lot to fight against these darkness and to fight against this terrorism.
And this was the Taliban who had attacked your school, and we know that Malala Yousafzai, of course, lives in Birmingham now after being shot in the head by the Taliban simply for standing up for the rights of girls to be educated. But the attack on your school suggests that the Taliban don't like any education.
Yeah, the Taliban have only the problem with the word education because they are scared of this word. The word education is the most powerful word because, as the Nelson Mandela said, that only by education we can change the whole world. So that's why if the people will be educated, the terrorists know that if the people will be literate, so the people won't anymore go to the terrorism side. So this can finish the roots of terrorism, the education. That's why I have also started a campaign. I want that the children, they are not going to school, they go to school and they educate themselves, so that the attacks, the terrible attacks like our attack never happens again.
I know there's a special reception to mark the anniversary of the attack in Peshawar in the West Midlands this evening. I'm just trying to think of the impact on you as a 14-year-old boy. You've lost your brother, you've seen your teacher burned alive in front of you. How are you coping?
The support of my mother, the support of my parents, the support of all the people around the world, the prayers of them strengthen me to fight against these forces. Otherwise, I was not thinking I will be able to face these problems and these things. But now I'm hopeful that I will do something. I will make my life useful. I will make it use for the people. That's why I started the campaign.
What can you tell us about the event this evening?
Yeah, the event is organized by, in the name Poppies for Peace in Peshawar. These poppies represent the peace, love and harmony. So this is in the memory of all those children, and I appreciate this because we should never forget those sacrifices who was for the education. They were just going to get their education in the safe environment, but they was brutally killed.
Ahmad, really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much for joining.